Hey guys, what's up? So, uh, I had a kind of reoccurring nightmare when I was a kid that I it just kept coming um really a lot of times in one night. And I I kind of had I had a freaky dream last night, and it kind of made me think of, like other weird dreams that I had. That, and I was trying to come up with a topic for the video because I didn't post anything yesterday and I'm trying to get monetized. So um I was just thinking about like things I could talk about, and uh this seemed like the one that I'm vibing with the most today. But I had this weird dream last night where I was at my brother's house, and my brother just died recently, but I guess he was alive in the dream or something. But his um, road, I'm pretty sure it was his house or his like little cabin apartment thing. But his road was like flooded, or it was like a river or something. And for some reason, he had a boathouse, but he didn't have a boat or anything in real life. I'm from Florida. Maybe that's where the boathouse thing is coming from. I don't know. But my cat, this one, who just climbed in my lap, had a litter in the dream. But Dallas here is a boy cat. He can't have a litter. I mean, I guess he probably got another cat pregnant in the dream. Maybe that's how he had a litter. It's like every time I try to make a video, all of I have 5 dogs and this cat, and they all decide to like try to hang out with me every time I turn the camera on. I'm pretty sure the cat just farted. Um. Anyway, the that was distracting. I wasn't trying to make a big deal out of it, but I had to take a moment to collect myself. Um. In the dream, he had a litter, and in the boathouse, which is like, why would you put your litter in a boathouse? And pretty predictably, a couple of the kittens jumped in the water, and I think it was a couple of them, but for some reason the dream kind of zoomed in on one of them, and the other one just, I guess, could swim or something. But this one, there was like a little orange tabby kitten that jumped in the water, and I guess he thought he could swim. And he tried, I guess, but he was not really floating very well. And I, I, I distinctly remember there was this one moment where he like made a noise underwater and I could hear him. And it was like that kind of panicked, like, oh, I can't breathe underwater noise. And he kind of like panic jumped up to the surface, and he was there, and he was, like trying to swim and freaking out, and he sank again. So I had to jump in the water after this cat in the dream and try to catch this kitten. And I'm pretty good at floating, but like I'm not gonna be winning any swimming Olympic competitions anytime soon. So I was trying to swim after this cat, and it was just very difficult. I think the dream kind of transformed before I caught the cat. I don't know. I'm assuming that I caught the cat. But then I was walking my dogs, and they're all 5 of them for some reason at the same time, which is idiotic. I've tried to walk 4 of them at a time before, and that did not go well. But in the dream, apparently, I was trying to walk all 5 of them. And there was this like rock, there was this big rock. Like around here, I live in on the side of a mountain in Tennessee. And there's these giant limestone rocks all over the place, big boulders. So there was a big old boulder thing, and this big truck was going by, and so I pulled all the dogs off, out of the way, off to the side of the road around this big boulder, and it had this kind of like rock outcropping, and so somehow I don't know how this happened. A bunch of it broke off or something and was scattered all over the road in big boulder chunks. And this other big truck, was coming, and I guess it had a trailer or something. I don't know. It was a dream truck. It had all kinds of weird things going on with it. And I think it saw the rocks, and I think it turned around and was going to ram the rocks going backwards, because I remembered two of those like big heavy loading metal things on the back of trailers, like when you're going to like pull a four-wheeler or an ATV or a backhoe or whatever up onto a trailer. You got to put the big metal things down, and they're really heavy, and that. So it had two of them, and the dogs were trying to get up under that and get up behind the wheels and stuff when the truck was ramming all of these rocks, and I was having to pull the dogs around, and it was a complete mess. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, you ever have a dream and you're not really sure what it means? I'm pretty sure that just means that animals are really hard to deal with, and I deal with a lot of them, or something. I don't know what my brain was trying to tell me, but um, I'm sure it had something to do with how difficult my dogs are to walk. Um, but I've had a lot of weird dreams as a kid. Like one time I dreamed that me and my whole family at the time, it was just me, my sister, and my parents. We were all standing on a cloud, and my sister, who's like a couple of years younger than me, pushed me off of the cloud. And I don't think that I had a fear of heights at the time, but still, like, falling off a cloud in a dream is not fun. And I've told her about the dream, and she always just kind of laughs. And it wasn't like one of those like you're jealous of your sister and you're dreaming that she's ruining your life kind of things. I think it was more really like I think that my sister would murder me if she had the chance kind of dreams. Uh, Me and my sister get along great now, but like when we were kids, I was kind of mean to her. I kind of bullied her a little bit, and and she, I think that there were times that she didn't really like me all that much, but uh, and I had a dream. This one really might deserve its own video, but I don't know if I remember enough of it to to make it a whole video. But I had this dream that I was, or maybe it was me, and I think it was me and some other kids. I don't think any of them were related to me necessarily, but it was me and a bunch of other kids in this room, in this like kind of playpen thing, and we were playing, and I guess an adult or my mom or whoever was in charge, I think they left the room for a bit, but there was this like big black hole in the wall, and it was bothering me like a lot. I was like, why is there a big black hole in the wall? What's up with this big black hole, and I think that like a monster or something came out of the hole and started gobbling up all the kids. Um, but I don't really remember a lot about that dream. It was a really long time ago. The witch dream, the dream I was actually going to talk about in the video before I started rambling for 10 minutes. Um, that dream was reoccurring, but like all in the same night. And I think that it was one of the first times. that I ever that I one of the first times I remember having sleep paralysis. I've always had sleep paralysis on and off in my life, like luckily not all of the time, but um like sometimes if I'm going through like a hard time, or if I move, or um like I'm sleeping in a new place, or it seems kind of random. It's not always stuff like that. Sometimes it just sneaks up on me for seemingly no reason. But it used to happen a lot more often. Now it doesn't happen as often, thankfully. But this one night I don't think I was in kindergarten yet. I think I was probably 4 or something. And I was looking for my mom in the dream in this gigantic, like, dark room, I guess, with a whole bunch of those like concrete pillars, like like in Greek architecture. If you've ever like watched the Lord of the Rings, the like Mines of Moria part where they're in the gigantic dwarven chamber and there's all these big stone pillars and they seemingly stretch up into like just darkness above. That's kind of like what the room was like. It was just like this vast area that didn't seem to have any walls or anything. It was just all of these pillars. And I was looking for my mom, but I couldn't find her. And there was this witch. There was like I think she was green. She had the hat. Um, she might not have had the hat. I don't remember, but she was evil. She was really evil, and I could just feel it. Like I was scared to death in the dream, trying to stay away from this witch. It was like those video games where you're like running around a map trying to avoid this like invincible monster that is going to catch you. That's kind of the feeling. Is it was like really scary to me at the time. I was like little bitty. And I didn't even know all the folklore and stuff about witches eating children and stuff at the time that I had the dream. And what would happen is I would be running away or trying to hide, and I would be trying to find my mom cuz like she was kind of my safe person when I was growing up, cuz like my dad was mean and I was scared of all the other adults cuz I was a really timid kid, and always went to my mom anytime anything bad was happening. And so I was trying to find my mom, and the witch kept like catching me pretty much. And I would try to wake up, but I would be having like sleep paralysis. Like I would realize it's a dream because I just had this dream 10 times, and I would be trying to wake up, but I couldn't because I couldn't move, and if you've ever had sleep paralysis, it's like sometimes you're 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 dreaming. You're like you're trying to wake up. It's just you can't wake up. You're stuck, and it feels like being stuck, and you can't move, and you can't open your eyes, and you can't call for help. Like I've been in dreams like that where I scream as loud as I can in my dream, trying to scream in real life to get somebody to wake me up, and it never works. But I try though. But I don't know what's up with it. The I eventually did wake up and tried not to go back to sleep, and then I dozed off again and had the same dream again. But eventually I woke up and it was like morning or something, and I could get up and escape that torture. But yeah, that was wild. Um, I have been thinking about looking at my analytics for the channel. I haven't looked at them yet at all. because I don't want to like look at them and like see who's watching the channel and who's liking it and who's not and stuff, and start like subconsciously catering to them or like changing the way that I do things to get more views or anything. But I'm thinking about looking at the analytics at some point, and I might make a video about it. I don't know. Um, if you like the video, like and subscribe. Um, more subscribers helps me get monetized. I'm trying to make some extra money so that I don't have to work as much and I can start doing some other projects. Like me and my brother who died, we're going to make a video game, but he's dead now. So, but we have a younger brother who is kind of taking that on, and he's trying to make a video game now. We were trying to make a game studio. I've also got some books I would like to write and at some point, and I've been learning to compose music. I've been thinking about making some videos about making music in a DAW, which is a digital audio workstation. You can get those on your phone now. It's really easy to compose music nowadays. You don't need like an orchestra or anything like you used to would have had to have back in the old days. Um, Let me know what kind of videos you would like to see, because I have a lot of ideas. I just sometimes I don't really know which ones to do. Um, I usually just kind of try to go with whatever I'm thinking about at the time or whatever I'm vibing with. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Uh, Comment. I like getting comments and seeing you guys' thoughts and stuff. And I think that's all I had to say today. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you later. Bye.